Bright Duty. Every student matters.
So we just studied about autotrophic nutrition. The autotrophs can make their own food. Now let us come to heterotrophic nutrition. Those organisms which cannot make their own food. This word has been derived from the Greek words heteros, which means others, and trophe, which means nourishment. So, and such organisms which cannot make their own food are called consumers or heterotrophs. So, if they cannot make their own food, from where do they get their food? They depend upon other outside sources to obtain organic food. For example, we eat plant parts, so we are obtaining the food which was prepared by autotrophs and consuming it. This is how heterotrophic nutrition, heterotrophs obtain food. They depend directly or indirectly on autotrophs. The major types of heterotrophic nutrition are saprophytes, parasitic and holozoic. There are three types of heterotrophic nutrition which we will study about. First, saprophytic nutrition. Saprophyte word has been derived from the Greek word sapro, which means rotten, and phyte, which means plants. So you can get an idea. They get the food from the rotten or the dead and decaying parts, decaying organic matter. Food from organic remains, like a fallen branch or the fallen leaves or maybe a dead animal, dead plants. There are food particles which are trapped inside such matter, and saprophytes obtain nutrients from such matter. So they undergo external digestion. Let us study how. Take an example of a mushroom, which is a fungus. It undergoes saprophytic nutrition. Now, suppose it is growing on a dead wood part. It will release, it has a root-shaped structures which are called hyphae. It releases the digestive juices into this root, into this dead part. The food particles will be broken down into small nutrients which are soluble. Then these nutrients are absorbed into the organic body, and this is how they obtain food. So the digestion or the breaking down of nutrient into simple compounds is external. It takes place outside the body. So the saprophytes undergo external digestion. The examples are bread molds or mushrooms, which are fungi. Some bacteria also undergo saprophytic nutrition. What is the importance of saprophyte? First is scavenging. Since they obtain food from the organic matter, so they remove the dead parts from our environment and help in keeping the environment clean. Second, they also help in completing the nutrient cycle. Certain organic and inorganic components are trapped in these dead parts, so they release these nutrients and help in completing the nutrient cycles. Next is parasitic nutrition. This has been derived from the Greek words para, which means other, and site, which means food. So they obtain food from other living organisms. This is the main difference between saprophyte and parasite. They obtain food from dead and decaying parts, while parasites obtain food from other living organisms. Such living organisms are called hosts. So host provides them food and shelter. In return, the parasite sometimes harms the host. It may cause diseases or ailments. So examples are cuscuta, which is called amar bale in Hindi, and leeches, some worms, which live either on the body of some living organisms or inside their body and obtain the ready-made food from them. Such nutrition is called parasitic nutrition. The third one is holozoic nutrition. It is again being derived from the Greek words holo, which means whole, and zoon, which means animal. Such animals obtain the whole food. They ingest the whole food, digest it into simple particles and absorb the nutrients. This is why the word whole. They obtain the whole food inside, ingest it. And unlike saprophyte, where external digestion takes place, in holozoic, internal digestion takes place and nutrients are absorbed for their growth and for their development.